Hollywood adores an inspirational coming-out headline. But once the applause fades, many gay men find their phones strangely silent. Tonight, Silent Fame counts down top 10 gay men who are quietly written out of the spotlight. The Untold Stories. These aren't cautionary tales of scandal. They're case studies in how charisma, talent, and box office promise can evaporate the moment a man lives his truth. Before we dive in, hit subscribe and ring the bell, because every click helps drag these stories back into the light. Keep score. Whenever you wonder, wait, where did he go? Drop the number in the comments. Shining a light is the first step toward a comeback. 10. Max Emerson, the loudmouth Hollywood tried to ghost. Max Emerson grew up on Florida Army bases, perfecting push-ups and Final Cut Pro before senior year. Instagram dubbed him Sergeant Selfie after he posted a time-lapse of shaving his head for an ROTC inspection. 8.4 million loops on Vine overnight. His breakout vlog, Gay Army 101, hit 1 million views in 48 hours. But blunt talk, prep shots, couch surfing during basic, officers on Grindr, spooked Coca-Cola, Sony, and 2 agencies penciling him as a next Zac Efron. Max pivoted. Kickstarter raised $187,000 for his hustler drama, Hooked, and he pledged every profit dollar to LGBTQ shelters. Outfest applauded, US distributors ghosted. He flew to Paris, kept a 1,165-day Duolingo French streak, landed 4 Canal Plus cameos, and still live streams free hit classes for queer teens every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. His Instagram, 6 million plus, still nets 150K likes per selfie, and his TikTok anxiety diaries pull 12 million loops daily. By 2023, he crashed Cannes in a borrowed Dior tux, pulling 30K plus retweets within an hour. Hollywood may have muted him, but 1.2 million Instagram diehards and a memoir due next spring keep his signal clear. 9. Colton Haynes, Teen Wolf idol. Hollywood Stop Howling for Colton Haynes set Tumblr ablaze as lacrosse king Jackson Whittemore in Teen Wolf, modeled for Abercrombie at 15, and swapped claws for carbon fiber arrows as Roy Harper on Arrow. Yet that HD grin masked panic so savage, he collapsed during a 2014 Comic-Con panel, waking to EMTs and a storm of phone flashes. His 2016 People essay, Half Coming Out, Half Rehab Journal, pulled 2.3 million clicks in 24 hours. But financiers fled. Google Trends cratered 70%, a Versace fragrance contract vanished, and Lionsgate recast his slated Power Rangers cameo. Haynes swung back. Memoir Miss Memory Lane cracked the NYT list. Kim Kardashian tapped him for Skims' first men's line, and Ryan Murphy let him once spray hot red in American Horror Story Cult. Today, he co-hosts the anxiety podcast Howl Hour, sells out Dragon Con photo ops in 4 minutes flat, and drops daily mental health check-ins to 6.4 million followers. Proof one fearless casting director, not a miracle, can make Hollywood howl again. 8. Wentworth Miller, the prison break genius who refused the closet. Wentworth Miller is half Jamaican, half Russian, raised between Brooklyn Stoops and Oxford Quads, and graduated Princeton with a literature thesis on Toni Morrison, before masterminding blueprint escapes for Fox's smash Prison Break. Fans copied his full-arm tattoo in real ink. Some even booked the identical
went ice cold. He pivoted to the keyboard, scripting 4 episodes of The Flash, insisting every future character be openly queer and publicly disclosing lifelong battles with depression and autism. His noir spec, Cold Storage, drew praise from Fincher, yet Netflix stamped it too niche in 2020. Translation? Hollywood still fears the sharpest mind in the cell block, the one who'll escape again the instant a brave producer turns the key. He holds Sunday Q&As. Kevin McHale, Glee's songbird, who never got an encore. Kevin McHale reached for pop stardom long before he rolled onto the McKinley choir room floor. As 1/4 of boy band NLT, he opened for the Pussycat Dolls at Staples Center, shared rehearsal space with a pre-fame Bruno Mars,
and nailed 3 consecutive high Cs on MTV that made Lance Bass tweet, "Future star." Glee turned the Texas tenor into America's wheelchair-bound songbird, yet post-finale auditions slammed shut. A sly 2018 tweet quoting Ariana Grande's "No Tears Left to Cry" confirmed he was gay. Entertainment press moved on in 36 hours. Execs labeled him too high school to headline, too niche to sidekick, even as his EP, Boy, racked up 8 million Spotify streams, and his rewatch podcast, And That's What You Really Missed, parked in Apple's top 50 chart for 62 straight weeks. He's voiced 3 Marvel audiobooks, sells out Comic-Con photo ops in 4 minutes, and runs a sunny TikTok series breaking down Glee choreography for quarantined drama clubs. The first showrunner who lets the good guy lead is about to strike Emmy Gold. Encore. Yes. 16. George Shelley, boy band dreamboat turned radio afterthought. George Shelley once trended harder than One Direction. The hashtag George Shelley beat Directioners by 200,000 tweets the night Union J debuted on X Factor in 2012. He floated to runner-up on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, and, at 21, became the youngest breakfast co-host in Capital FM history, pulling 3.9 million daily listeners. But a 2018 YouTube confession, "I'm dating a man and I'm happier than ever," made executives sweat. 2 labels shelved EP masters, Spotify playlisting vanished within 48 hours, and 3 teen mag covers were abruptly killed. Worse, in 2019, his sister Harriet was killed by a drunk driver, pushing George into mental health advocacy. He cycled 1,000 kilometers for Papyrus, raising 120,000 pounds, and joined the Albert Kennedy Trust as mentor. Today, he co-hosts the chart-topping podcast, A Gay and a Non-Gay, packs 300-seat acoustic nostalgia gigs, and runs a TikTok series teaching live ukulele riffs that averages 2.4 million loops. Each Instagram selfie still clears 500,000 likes. The only missing ingredient is a label brave enough to press release. After finally, Andy Mientus, Broadway Revolutionary Cameras. Forgot Andy Mientus could wallpaper a rehearsal room with milestones. First openly queer actor to sign for Deaf West's ASL Spring Awakening revival, breakout tech-savvy songwriter Kyle Bishop on NBC's Smash, author of the queer YA fantasy trilogy Stonewall Riot Apocalypse. In 2014, he live-tweeted Ferguson protests from a tour bus. Studio execs muttered, "Too political," and quietly closed doors. The CW's Kitchen, where he workshops a synth rock opera on codebreaker Alan Turing and teaches Monday night Belting for Mortals classes that draw Broadway chorus members incognito. His TikTok vocal breakdown of Defying Gravity hit 2 million views in 24 hours, and he still cheers from row A, while husband Michael Arden collects Tony trophies. Talent this well-glazed doesn't go stale, it just waits for the revival whistle. 4. Lee Pace, leading man aura, vanishing franchises. 6'5" with cheekbones sharp enough to threaten airport security, Lee Pace nabbed a Golden Globe nod for Pushing Daisies, ruled Middle-earth as Thranduil, and looked so mythical that Karl Lagerfeld cast him in Fendi's menswear reboot. Weeks after a breezy 2018 W Mag chat, "I've dated men, women, who cares?" he vanished from the final shortlist for a 9-figure space opera reboot insiders swore was his to lose. Lee shrugged, married painter Matthew Foley on their upstate New York bee farm, and produced indie gems like Bodies, 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 prompting critics to whisper, "Future Oscar" again. His annual hashtag BDAD reels, overalls, smoker can, rescuing a queen, trend every spring, and Apple's foundation fandom hails him Emperor Zaddy. When Hollywood finally grows a spine, the franchise crown is still sized for his head. 3 times TR Knight, Grey's Anatomy's good-hearted intern, Hollywood Misplaced Season 2 Emmy nominee, People's Sexiest Surgeon, poster child for earnest bedside manner. Yet Dr. George O'Malley was killed off in 2009 after castmate Isaiah Washington's homophobic slur forced TR Knight to come out. ABC PR promised solidarity, but writers iced him, and leading offers slid from 4 a month to 0 in 6. Knight rebuilt on stage, opposite Patti LuPone in Shows for Days, Audra McDonald in Lady Day, and an acclaimed Lear at Shakespeare in the Park. He secretly wed longtime partner Patrick in a Soho loft lit by 1,000 tea candles, then began mentoring queer drama students at Juilliard. Cameos in The Flight Attendant and Hulu's Welcome to Chippendales proved his lethal sincerity still lands. His audiobook of The Great Gatsby has topped Audible's classics chart for 47 straight weeks. A Shonda-level redemption arc would print streaming gold, paging Seattle Grace and every showrunner who claims they value heart over hashtags. 2. Rupert Everett, rom-com royalty benched for honesty. Critics anointed him the next Cary Grant after My Best Friend's Wedding stole 1997's box office crown, yet Rupert Everett had already told the world he was gay, in a 1989 Guardian interview 8 years before Ellen. He skewered Hollywood's double standard live on BBC's Question Time, and rom-com leads evaporated faster than you can say four-quadrant demographic. Everett pivoted, penned 2 memoirs so caustic Elton John called them deliciously reckless, voiced Prince Charming in DreamWorks' $920 million Shrek franchise, and mortgaged his London flat to finance Oscar Wilde biopic The Happy Prince, which earned a 10-minute standing ovation in Rome. Now 66, he guest lectures on Shakespeare at Oxford, lobbies Parliament for HIV prevention funds, and drops quips so sharp Hugh Grant looks mute. America loves a comeback elder statesman. The martini is poured, the seat is open, the original witty best friend just needs one fearless studio invite. 1. Clay Aiken, idol darling to industry whisper. Clay Aiken's 2003 American Idol finale pulled 38 million viewers, outrating that year's Oscars. He sold 5 million albums, revived power ballads on FM radio, and even voiced a character on Phineas and Ferb. In 2008, he appeared on the People cover cradling newborn son Parker beside the caption, "Yes, I'm gay." Top 40 pivoted to EDM, RCA cut ties, morning shows booked EDM DJs instead. Aiken rechanneled Spotlight, raised $1 million for UNICEF, founded the National Inclusion Project for Kids with Disabilities, and twice ran for Congress in North Carolina, earning 41% of the vote without PAC money. Holiday tours still sell out Carnegie Hall. Podcast How the Heck Are We Gonna Get Along averages 4.9-star reviews across 2,000 ratings. Netflix just licensed his 2004 TV special for Gen Z nostalgia playlists. Middle-aged America craves, safe but sincere. Clay's comeback single is gift-wrapped in red velvet, needing only a label gutsy enough to hit play.
These 10 men didn't flame out. They were edged out by an industry that still whispers market risk when a romantic lead loves another man. Your clicks rewrite that calculus. Which story stunned you most? Type the number, smash subscribe, and share this video so execs see the demand they keep underestimating. Silent Fame will be here, tracking every overdue revival, because stardom shouldn't require silence.